Hello everyone. So in this video I want to show you a program, chatbot that I've been programming. I've been working on this in these previous weeks, last weeks, in the last month. Maybe I started working on it in March, I guess. So after ChatGPT and all the artificial intelligence trend started, I was thinking about working or trying to understand how a basic chatbot structure works, and try to make one by myself, even if it was very simple or something very basic or something very simple. I wanted to study these kind of programs and try to make one by myself, and try to make it using QBASIC. Sorry for the background noise. I'm next to a big avenue here, so it's kind of noisy. So sorry about that. This is the only place I have to record my videos. Okay, so I've been working for a while on this, and basically I had this idea much before the ChatGPT and all this stuff happened. Actually, when I was in Brazil in 2022, 2021, I don't remember, I started making kind of a similar program using QBASIC as well, and the idea was to make like a personal assistant, but in the style of a chatbot. And then I stopped working on it. I left it, abandoned it, and now with all the ChatGPT and all this stuff, I wanted to open it again and check it and try to improve it. And so I even exported it to Windows using FreeBASIC, the FreeBASIC compiler. So here's the program. Let me show you the stuff. So you have different things like help, load to load the information, remind me, because one of the features is to remind you that this chatbot can remind you of different things. It can also write down your tasks if you want him or want it to remind you of your task, and then you can also roll a d6 die, because sometimes I like playing like solo RPG, and I think it's interesting. Let me just run the program. As I was saying, it's interesting for me to have a d6 die available, a six sides die available to play solo RPG for my solo RPG campaigns. So I put this feature in the program. This is a very small program. So hi, welcome to QB chatbot. Type help to see all the commands. Important, do not use commas when writing. For instance, if you say hi, the chatbot will answer. If you say hi, how are you, for instance, because these are expressions or phrases that I already programmed beforehand for the chatbot to answer. But there are many things that you write. If you write hi, how's it going, how are you, for instance, or how are you doing. At the moment, I can only answer to specific requests and very common questions. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Why does it understand? Because I haven't written, I haven't programmed the chatbot to answer to this specific expression, to this specific sentence or question. So it's very, at the moment, the understanding of the chatbot is very basic. It only answers to specific phrases. If you have an extra letter or an extra symbol or typo in your sentence, the program doesn't understand. I can say, how are you? And that's okay. I'm doing pretty well. And you? But if I say, how are you, for instance, without the "ni" there, at the moment it doesn't understand what you're saying, because I need to make it more complex. I need to change the algorithm so it can understand the input in a better way, in a more complex way. But I don't know how to do that yet. Probably I'll find out in the future. If you read help, for instance, you can see the things that this small program can do. Here's a list of the commands and requests you can use with me. What time is it? Ask for the current time. What date is it? Ask for the current date. Remind me. Ask to set a reminder. So you can say, remind me, I don't know, I need to pay bills. So it will be a reminder. Task. Ask to add a task to your to-do list. Roll a d6, roll a 6-sided die and provide the result. Forget reminder. Ask to delete a previously set reminder. Forget task. Ask to delete a previously added task. Forget everything. Ask to delete all tasks and reminders. Forget what do you have for me? This is useful because it will show you all the tasks and reminders. I'm bored. What can I do? This was a random something that I programmed very randomly just to see if I was able to do something like this. So just a random activity to do. It's just something that I made for fun. About shows, it will show you the software version and other relevant information. Clear screen or CLS, clear the screens. It's the same command that you will find on DOS or even in QBASIC programming. Again, repeat. It will repeat the last command. So if you, for instance, it's very useful when you're rolling a d6. If you, instead of write again d6 or roll a d6, you can just type again or repeat, and it will repeat the same action again. It will repeat any command you have written before. So pretty useful. Not at the moment, maybe, because it doesn't have many actions. It cannot do many things, but maybe in the future it will be useful. And by ends the conversation and closes the program. So you can just type by and the program will be finished. Usage. To use any of the commands, simply type the command in the chatbot program and hit enter. So it's like a regular normal chatbot. And note, make sure to spell the commands correctly and use proper punctuation. The chatbot program may not understand incorrectly spelled words or commands. Do not use commas when writing. That is also, this was the help screen. If you want to see it, just type help and you will see it. But for instance, if you say, how are you, and you have a comma there or something, for instance, you will get the redo from start error. I just don't know how. I haven't figured out how to solve this. For instance, if you write what's your name, and you write a comma there, you will have the same error. So that's why I make clear that it's not possible to use commas when talking, when writing here, when writing to the chatbot, because it just doesn't work. Sadly, the user will have to avoid using commas here. So, for instance, let's write clear or CLS. You can write clear or you can write CLS. It's the same thing. Will work the same way. Remind me. What should I remember? I need to pay the bills. Okay, I will remind you the next. I need to pay the bills. remind me. What should I remember? I have to buy bread. Okay, we're reminding you the next, I have to buy bread. And then if you write, what do you have for me? Don't forget the next, I need to pay the bills, I have to buy bread. I don't have any tasks for you. At the moment, there aren't any tasks, but if you had a task, you could write task. What is a task? Maybe go running at 10 a.m. for instance. I don't know. Okay, I will take notes of the next go running at 10 a.m. This task. What is the task? Maybe study programming for 1 hour. Okay, I will take notes of the next, study programming for 1 hour. And if I write, what do you have for me? I will get the next. Don't forget the next, I need to pay the bills, I have to buy bread. Remember, you have some important tasks to do. Go running at 10 a.m., study programming for 1 hour. Thanks. Look at this. If I write thanks, you're welcome. But if I write thanks without like this, for instance, I will have an error. I will get an error. The program won't understand. So I should correct that. What else? Let's see the help here. Remind me task, roll a d6. Oh, okay. So if you ever need to roll a d6 and you have a d6 die with you can use it. This software. I don't know if anyone needs this, but in my case, sometimes I need it. That's why I made it. I programmed it. You can write roll a d6. Sure, I can do that. The d6 die shows a 2, and you have the result. I can write again to do the same thing again, or I can just write d6 for instance, or roll a d6. You will get different numbers. Thanks. You're welcome. What do you have for me? So you can see that it still remembers the reminders and the tasks. Let's see what other thing. What time is it? Let's see. What time is it? It will show you the time. What date is it? It will show you the date. About RT and QB ChatBot version 0.2. This is an open source and free software made in QBASIC by Fernando. Well, that's my name. First version created in March 2023. Last update released in April actually. I need to change that. What other things do we have? And that's all I have so far. If you write bye, for instance, if you say goodbye or something like that, let's try goodbye. Oh, it doesn't work. Just bye. Bye. Hope to see you soon. Saving. So the data is saved at the end. Sorry about my dog. The data is saved at the end of the program. At the end of when you finish the program, or when you end the program. Okay, so this is how it looks running on Windows. So what I'm doing now is exporting my small applications made in QBASIC, small programs made with QBASIC. I'm exporting them using FreeBASIC, using the FreeBASIC compiler, and you can export them to Windows and to Linux. I don't know why it's not working in Linux. I'm having some problems with some libraries that are installed there. So I don't know. But in Windows it's working very well, and I can show you here how it actually works. At the beginning of the program, you will see, hi, welcome to QB ChatBot. Type help to see all the commands. Important, do not use commas when writing. Don't forget the next. So if you had any task or any reminder if the program has any task or reminder for you, it will show you them at the beginning of the program. Whenever you start a program, you will see the task you have to do and the reminders the program has for you, the chatbot has for you. But if you want to see the help here, the list of the commands, remember, let's see what time, what time is it? You have the time, date. Also, if you write date or time as well, you don't need to write the whole thing. Clears or CLS, it works the same thing. What do you have for me? Here it will show me the reminders and tasks. I don't have any tasks for you. What else? D6 or roll at D6. Sure, I can do that. The D6 die shows 5, and I can write again just to use the same command, or repeat. I will get another one. Clear. What's your name? My name is Artie in QB Chatbot. Nice to meet you. So this is what I have so far. Not many things. It doesn't actually do many things at the moment. But I would like to add more things. It's right here about. So this is just the version 0.2. This is an open source and free software, so you will find it in GitHub. I will leave the link below in the details. It was made in QBASIC. Also, I export the program using FreeBasic and the FreeBasic compiler. Also, I work with Genie or Genie. I don't know what is the right pronunciation. I work a lot with that editor as well. If you want to check the code, go to my GitHub, follow the link, and it's gonna be there. And also, if you want to suggest some features or something else, something useful that the chatbot could do, if you have any ideas, if you want to help me, feel free to help. I will be adding more features as long as I have new ideas. But this is what I have so far. I wanted to show this with you. I haven't been working on my games very much, but I've been working quite a lot on QBASIC, making some very small tools and applications, and playing a little bit with FreeBasic, QBASIC, coding a little bit in HTML, CSS. I know it's not program, it's not coding, but I've been working on web development as well, making some small websites. Hopefully in some days I'll be back to my older projects and continue working on them. But this is what I have. This is QB Chatbot version 0.2. I'll try to bring the updates here and make some more videos about it. Thank you very much. Bye.